I used to mentor for a coding bootcamp, a nonprofit one called Code Louisville. It's now called Code U. It's actually really fantastic, and you should check it out, especially if you're interested in that, but that's not what this video is about. One of the things that I heard time and time again from people I was mentoring was, how do I get better at programming? How do I go and actually grow these skills instead of just following along with the video lessons or the text lessons that I have or the assignment that was given to me? My answer has actually been the same for 12 years now, and it's go scratch your own itch. That might sound weird, but the idea is, like, if you have a problem, build a solution for it. I want to show one of the things that I did to do that for myself. And I've been doing this for 13, 14 years now, software as a whole. And I still, like, scratching your own itch is probably one of the best ways to just practice and grow. I've got a little project here that I threw up on GitHub. I wanted to brush up on Go, but I also had a problem that I wanted to solve. And so what this is, let me just go ahead and build it really quick. So this creates a new binary called book, and it's terminal-based bookmarks. So in my case, if I want to open up GitHub, I've got a bookmark called GH. So I can say book GH, and it'll open up GitHub for me. This becomes more useful when you start to have more specific bookmarks. So let's add one. So let's say I want, let's go to bradsyper.com. Maybe I want a specific article that I've written. Let's find one that is helpful. Building a CLI in Dart with Boson. So maybe I refer to this article a lot, and instead of having to find it every time, I just want to have access to it. So I could say Boson, and then give it a URL like that. I can also search for anything. So there's searching for Boson, the one that I just added. You can see that it's added there. I can search for, like, G, and I get some other bookmarks that I have. So I've got a google.com bookmark for testing, a GitHub bookmark for testing, and then Boson here. So now if I say book Boson, it opens that page for me. So it's just terminal-based bookmarks. Nothing fancy, but it's something I've wanted for a while, and there might be a solution out there. But I looked at the scope of what this would take, and I realized that I could just build this myself, and it would be a great way to practice Go and to kind of build a new project and just run through the movements of starting a new project from scratch, and then also trying to think about it from a perspective of, can I write tests? And maybe someone else will find this useful too. So if you do, there's documentation on how to use it right here. So you've basically seen everything at this point. Some interesting things that I learned in this process, though, is that the OS package has a user config directory function to help determine where user config for applications can be stored. So on Windows, this is like app data roaming, I think. And then on Mac, it's library, I don't remember home library application support. So yeah, I learned that too in the process, which was pretty cool. But yeah, this project's super small. It didn't have to be anything big. It was just something to get in and practice writing Go, use some of the newer packages that came out since the last time I had written Go professionally. Like, I've used Log before, but Slog came out, and outside of me doing a little tutorial on Slog, I've not used it. So this was an opportunity to kind of use that and see how things have grown in my time away from the language, or time not using all of the particular pieces of the language. But yeah, that's it. Another thing that I did to scratch my own itch would be Luna Journal. So this is an app that's available for download. I built this in Flutter, but the idea here was that my wife and I needed a way to track our dog's medical information. This screenshot's actually a little out of date. I should probably replace that. But the idea being that our dog has epilepsy, and with epilepsy comes seizures. And when she first started having those, we needed to be very detailed about recording them to determine if it was epilepsy or if it was something else. And then she also takes a lot of medications, so we built an app to help track that. And then to make this useful for our other dog too, We added some things like vaccination tracking and being able to have veterinarians listed and pharmacies and things like that. So again, the whole point being that this was an itch that we had and we scratched it. And I built a Flutter app out of this. This actually ended up leading to me getting a job working with Flutter full-time, which was really cool. I didn't expect that, but like this was it. This is what built the skills for me to interview for a Flutter role and take that Flutter role and run with it full-time at a staff level too. So it wasn't anything small. Yeah, so I guess what I'm getting at is, like, if you want to grow, there's only so much that watching YouTube videos will do. There's only so much that reading documentation will do. Don't get me wrong, reading documentation is a great start, but there's only so much that those things will do, or reading blog posts, or looking at the programming subreddit, or Hacker News, or any of that stuff. If you really want to get better, you have to go build stuff, and try to build stuff without help. Explore as you're building, and scratch that itch, and see if you can build something that you're proud of in the meantime. Thanks, and have a great day.